Have you ever dreamed of taking a trip to a place more beautiful than you could ever imagine? A place with turquoise-colored water, hanging gardens, and gorgeous waterfalls? But you may be thinking, where can I find such a place? Hanging Lake, located in Glenwood Canyon in central Colorado, may be the place you've been looking for. Hanging Lake is so unique that it was recently named a National Natural Landmark by Secretary of the Interior Ken Salazar, making it one of 591 in the country and one of 13 in Colorado. Its geological significance, crystalline clear water, and overall view make Hanging Lake one of Colorado's most unique attractions. Hanging Lake is the result of a fragile ecosystem that will slowly disappear if we don't protect it.
It is literally a lake that's hanging on a cliffside. That is the result of deposition of travertine and unique in the sense that it's cold water deposition of the travertine as opposed to hot water or geothermal deposition. And then the water from the lake sort of cascades down this cliffside, and we have a whole array of wetland plants hanging, as it were, on the cliffside below the lake.
Because Hanging Lake sees thousands of visitors each year, we encourage this idea of leave no trace, which means you are welcome to visit, but leave it as if you were never there.
You can imagine at 80,000 people a year, it's hard to keep people where you want them to be. So that's probably our greatest management challenge right now, is keeping them on the trails, on the boardwalk, in the areas that we have set aside for them, and not in the surrounding area. While a lot of people want to go up there and see this wonderful spot, they also have the potential to cause a lot of damage and actually destroy the spot fairly easily.
There is always this risk of taking some unique area, whether it's Hanging Lake or the Maroon Bells or Yellowstone National Park. And just by virtue of drawing a line on the map around those areas and saying, this place is special, that you run the risk of loving it to death.
Since the early 1900s, hikers have enjoyed Hanging Lake, and it remains to this day one of the most visited places along Interstate 70. Thomas F. Bailey and his family are known to be some of the earliest occupants of Hanging Lake. The Bailey family lived on the land until the Taylor Bill was passed in 1910, which gave cities the right to purchase government land and operate it as a city park. 2 years after the Taylor Bill was passed, Glenwood Springs purchased the land from the government for $953. The trail was kept in its original condition for several years until the Civilian Conservation Corps updated it. The CCC added footbridges and rain shelters to the trail, making it more easily accessible for hikers in the 1930s. In 1945, Hanging Lake continued to gain popularity when Dub and Wanda Danforth opened a resort at the Trailhead. The resort stayed open for over 20 years until the construction of Interstate 70 forced the resort to close. In 1972, Hanging Lake was given back to the U.S. Forest Service to be managed by the White River National Forest. Under the direction of the Forest Service, with help from the Kiwanis Club, Boy Scouts, Volunteers for Outdoor Colorado, and other groups, Hanging Lake has undergone several reconstruction projects, like the addition of a boardwalk and handrails to the trail. Through each project, the Forest Service has worked hard to not only make the trail safer for hikers, but to also preserve the fragile ecosystem of Hanging Lake for future years. We want visitors to experience this landmark, but we also want to emphasize the importance of leaving no trace. So before beginning your hike, there are some things you should know. Be sure to plan what time of year you think is best for taking your trip to Hanging Lake.
Winters are beautiful up there. The trail is slick. You have to be cautious. But the ice falls and everything that are associated with winter, including the solitude, is absolutely wonderful. Early spring, you get to experience the high water, and the spouting rock right above Hanging Lake is phenomenal when it's flowing fully. And then again in the fall, you get the fall change in the colors and the cooler temperatures. The worst time, unfortunately, is our busiest time, which is the middle of the summer. If you do come in the middle of summer, I would come very early in the morning, get up there, hit the trailhead about 8 o'clock. It's about an hour hike up to the lake, about the same coming back down, and you're going to want to spend some time there. So get up, get out early in the mornings. The temperatures will be cool. You won't have much of a crowd.
With any hike, be sure to dress comfortably, Bring plenty of water and your camera to capture lasting memories. The Hanging Lake Trailhead begins at the foot of Glenwood Canyon and extends upward 1.2 miles, gaining over 1,000 feet in elevation. The trail is strenuous and requires patience and endurance to get to the top. As you begin making your way up the trail, you will immediately be embraced by its steepness. As you hike the trail, lush gardens, waterfalls, creeks, and spouting rocks are just a few things you will see on your way to the lake. Be sure to stop along the way and take advantage of everything this hike has to offer. Once you see the boardwalk, follow it to the lake and you will be greatly rewarded with a stunning view that is like nothing you've ever seen. Simply take a moment and admire what Mother Nature has to offer. Take your photos, leave only your footprints.